We are just 31 days into the new year, and World Eaters have won already two events starting in 2025. Today on Ops, episode 35, we're going to break down two winning GT lists and make a comparison between the Vessels of Wrath and the Berzerker Warband. Which one are you running with? Which one is your favorite? And which one do you think will claim the most goals at the end of the year? Stay tuned and locked in. All right, so shout out to Stat Check. I wanted to do a metadata dashboard and check out all of the win percentages for both detachments that we have for World Eaters, right? So today, currently, as of 128.25, so we've been through, or at least the data that we have here is 28 days into the new year. They refreshed the data for the new year, so they're only showing whatever's won GTs for this year, this calendar year. As you can see, and we're making a comparison, right? Obviously, there are twice as many people who are actually represented in playing the Berzerker Warband. 401 games actually played, and player count was 74, and 235 games and player count was 46. So almost double the amount of individuals that were actually playing. This right here also shows, should be multiple wins. I do apologize about that. I had this all checked appropriately and then unchecked. So that was one of them. The GT wins was won by Berzerker Warband at the GT MOGUER Iberian Open, and also at the GITHAMMER WAAAGH Weekend GT, where the Berzerker Warbands actually won that entire GT. And we're going to break down the list here very shortly. But 2 event wins here, 0 event wins for the Vessels of Wrath. Obviously, they're a very new faction detachment, right? So this, it's going to take a little bit of time, and probably the least popular between the two as well. So you're going to get less people actually playing this. The army is already a challenge to play. They're not super easy. A lot of people get very frustrated, feel like, certain units are not efficient, too expensive for what they do. But the army is actually very challenging to play. This is not something you just pick up and you think you're going to do unga bunga with, right? And I've detailed this a lot of times. A lot of people just don't seem to catch wind of what that actually means. You don't just pick up an army like this and just start winning all of your games, especially when you're omitting, right, one entire phase of your game. If you're not running with any Forge Fiends or any Khorne Lord of Skulls, you're not doing shooting with this army. So you have to be very tactically sound in your movement, deployment, positioning, staging, things like that, right? You have to be really good at that stuff. And hopefully you can watch a couple of my videos and understand exactly what I'm talking about. I've broken this down a multitude of times for World Eaters, how to stage them, how to play them, how to maneuver with certain units in the game, what units to take. And those units are still very valid, right? Exalted A-Bound, Spawn, Jackals, Angron and Berzerker Warband, Vessels of Wrath, you'll take, Terminators and more Exalted A-Bound and Jackals and Lord Invocatus. Those are like the prime units. And you just got to find that peg to fit inside the right hole, right? If you got a circle, stop trying to put it into a triangle. Put a circle into a circle peg and make it work. Practice. Practice as much as you can. Watch people online, battle reports, and actually watch them. Go to an event and actually watch a World Eater play at those particular events. RTTs, GTs, streaming services, whatever it might be. But obviously, Berserker Warband is the more popular two. But if you look at the data, right, 49% win rate for Berzerker Warband and 48% win rate for Vessels of Wrath, which is not a great position to be in, once again, because they're a challenging army. And this data can get skewed a lot because you have a lot of players who just pick up the army. They think they just play one way and they're going to perform and they're going to beat people's faces in. Doesn't actually perform like that, right? You have to be very tactically sound. And these individuals who are performing at a higher level to help this data on both ends, Berzerker Warband and Vessels of Wrath, are playing very high level, right? You can see that 62% of players is represented in Berzerker Warband, and 38% of players is represented in Vessels of Wrath, the games that were actually played out with World Eaters. So they're almost split in half, right? Just a small percentage, not going entirely half, but almost in half. So a lot of people are really enjoying or continue to enjoy Berzerker Warband. They're used to it. They know what the units that they have to take. Vessels of Wrath becomes another challenge on top of what the faction already is, right? Yes, it's very nice to make 3 units of Vessels of Wrath unit, but just like when I've played it and I played against it over the weekend as well, people put it on 3 units. When those 3 units disappear and are no longer on the board, you lose that benefit of having the blessings always up to those 3 units. So you kind of become incapacitated at that point where you're losing your faction ability, or detachment ability, rather. They have some incredible stratagems as well, some very good enhancements. The Arch Slaughterer, very similar to Berserker Glaive. One of them giving you an additional AP and damage, and the other one just giving you additional damage and attack, right? So you really have to decide what's your playstyle, what's your meta, what you're playing against, right? To really understand which one you really want to play with when it comes to these 2 detachments. So breaking down these 2, Berzerker Warband and Vessels of Wrath, you can see that they're pretty close to each other when it comes to the winning percentage, with 49 for Berzerker Warband and 48 for Vessels of Wrath. And once again, one is represented more than the other. And I'm very happy to say World Eaters are actually winning GTs, even though they're not a large GT. I believe only one of them is in America, another one is in a different country, but they're still performing very well. And we're going to take a look right now at their list. And give me one moment while I put that up. And once again, shout out to StatCheck. Thank you very much for everything that they do. They work by, donations, things like that. So make sure to donate to them for helping us out, have all this intricate and important information so we can break down data and figure out exactly, what armies to fight against that are better for us, better opponents, things like that. And also give us, information on multiple winning, army lists, things like that. So shout out to the GITHAMMER WAAAGH Weekend GT. This was actually in America, in Cypress, California. This was a GT of 46 participants, and World Eaters won this one. So let's go ahead and take a look at that list. Placings. So Alan de Hessa, right, is actually the winner for this event with World Eaters. Rage Quit Table Flip, love it. Exactly what a World Eater club should be called. And then let's take a look at the list. Won 6 rounds, 94, 100, 90, 65, 91, and 83. So did very, very well. And this individual, Alan de Hessa, right? Shout out to him. Congratulations to that individual for winning this event with World Eaters. Always a good thing. Claim skulls for the Blood God. As always, he has this list named not LVO, World Eaters Berzerker Band, 2,000 points, Angron, Lord Invocatus, 3 units of Jackals. Very unique. I haven't seen actually people running 3 units of Jackals except for one individual last year who was at the WCW World Championships of Warhammer, where a gentleman had, I want to say, 6 units, because max says you can take 6 units of them. So he has 60 Jackals just running around with a Demon Prince, 2 of them, I believe, giving them 4+ invul. And when it was legal to give them a 4+ invul, and Angron, and kept on bringing back Angron every single turn. And that's one of the reasons why it previously got nerfed, because it just wouldn't stop coming back, especially, with that enhancement. So this individual had 2 units of regular 8-bound, of course, Eviscerators and Lacerators, 1 unit only of 3 Exalted 8-bound, 2 units of Chaos Spawn, 3 Hellbrutes, and 2 Predator Destructors. So more mechanized, a lot more shooty as well. The Predator Destructors can really shoot really well. With Angron, if you plop Angron in between them on the second battle round, you'll be able to reroll hits for them as well in shooting, because it's for all attacks, but it doesn't prompt into your first battle round charge phase, which the charge phase is after the shooting phase. So you have to wait around for an entire turn for it to actually benefit them. And also the Hellbrute. So if he's keeping them all around, right, it's going to benefit all 5 of the units. Chaos Spawn are amazing. They give you the ability to just go out there and hold objectives, trash units, hold things, take things. If you die in an objective, you can sticky it. So very interesting list. Obviously, some really good shooting angles you can get with these Predator Destructors and the Hellbrutes. Hellbrutes going inside a close combat can fight very hard, especially with their never stop fight. So very nice. Congratulations to this individual for winning. This is the list right here, and you can check out the list. I'll put a link of the event in the bottom of the comment section on YouTube. So check this out. And if you like this, throw it on the tabletop and see how it performs for you. This might be more to your liking, and it appeases more to your play style. So then we're going to go on to the last one. On to the next list and event. So this is the 1GT MOGUER Iberian Open. This was on January 18, 2025, and was actually in España, so Spain, right? They had 34 participants in here, and this is all in Spanish. So we are going to go to the placings. And the placing sections, you can see that Jose Luis Barragan Mateos actually won with World Eaters. This was only 5 battle rounds through over the weekend, but it was a GT level. They considered it at the event. And we're going to take a look at his list. So Jose had, and congratulations to Jose for doing so well at this GT as well. This watermelon smoothie, those must be delicious in Spain. I don't know why he calls it watermelon smoothie, but that's pretty cool, I guess, right? He actually ran Angron, Lord Invo, Master of Execution, of course, with the Berzerker Glaive enhancement to give him +1 strength and +1 damage, and 4 units of Jackals. Another unique one, like we were talking about the other one, he had 3 of them. This one has 4 Jackals. So just to kind of break that down a little bit as well, that gives you a lot of bodies. This one gives you 40 bodies, put sticky on objective markers, right? They can perform fairly well with +1 strength, +1 attack in combat melee as well, right? They don't hit very proficiently and efficiently with their weak weapon skill. Almost all of them being weapon skill 4, except for one of them being weapon skill 5. I believe it was the Mauler Blade or the Skull Smasher, just weapon skill 5. or hitting L5s, right? Same difference, but one rhino. That rhino must be for the jackals and the Mo. It looks like he's just going to be running the Mo by himself. Put him into the rhino. And also 2 8-bound units, 3 8-bound units, regular 8-bound units of 3, and 1, 2, 3 units of 3 of exalted 8-bound. So he has 18 8-bound / exalted 8-bound being split in half with the amount, and 1 unit of chaos spawn. Very, very interesting. This individual right here is trying to saturate the board and just really get out there very fast with the close combat, trying to throw everything at you. That hammer, that flying hammer like Thor, just come at you. Turn 1, turn 2 by positioning and staging very well, and just taking everything in your deployment zone, locking you in with the exalted 8-bound, re-rolling 1s with the 8-bound, and just completely smashing. I'm assuming this individual, because he won, he positioned properly, executed his melees properly, right? And a little bit of luck, because it always takes a little bit of luck for everybody to kind of win. Lord Invo obviously is going to give scout to 2 units, and all 3 of those regular 8-bound units are going to scout as well. So you end up having 6 units scouting with including Lord Invocatus. I really like this list. Congratulations to this individual once again. 4 units of jackals is very, very gnarly. I like this a lot. This really covers the board. It really helps out armies, even though there's no more 3-inch deep strikes anymore, but it really helps out your army, prevent deep strikes from coming behind you, from the side of you. 40 models screened out and conga lined out can really cover a lot of ground on the tabletop. And then you have all of the 8-bound and exalted 8-bound just positioning and staging themselves for a turn 1, turn 2 charge. And it looks like this individual did very, very well over the weekend. Once again, congratulations to him. And also, I will make sure to put this event in the comment section as well, so you can look at the list. And I'll try to add that in there as well. All right. And real quickly, too, I wanted to add on that at the GITHAMMER WAAAGH GT, the World Eaters player with the Berzerker Warband beat Ultramarines, Tau, Chaos Space Marines, Custodes, Chaos Demons, and Aldari. And most of those games were 80 points or higher. And also at the 1GT MOGUER IBERIAN Open, that individual beat Black Templar, Chaos Space Marines, which are creations of Bile, Chaos Demons, Tyranids, and Guard as well. So very good variety of different armies that they played into, won against. Obviously, terrain has a factor, luck has a factor, meta, short amount of or small amount of participants at the event. But both of these participants did very well. We have 2 GT wins under our belt in less than 30 days in the year of 2025. So congratulations to them as always. Thank you again to StatCheck. Also, I just wanted to break down that we wanted to make a comparison between Vessels of Wrath and the Berzerker Warband to see what's really performing at the highest level. Hopefully in a couple of months we double check this again. Maybe the Vessels of Wrath have a higher percentage of players participating and using those, and maybe we actually get some GT wins with Vessels of Wrath as well. I don't think that this data actually states at this short, and limited period of time that Vessels of Wrath is just a poor choice. I just think we need some more time to really see, more data throughout the year. Check it maybe 3 months, and then 6 months to really see what's performing very well, especially in this new meta. We're coming in with, new Eldari, coming in with new Chaos Guard, New Chaos EC, right? Emperor's Children is coming in as well before we actually get our codex, roughly around April-ish. So we'll see how everything is performing up to that, and then we'll get our new codex and be super excited. And we'll do a lot more World Eaters content as well when that drops. Hopefully we get a surgeon. Hopefully we get the demons with the juggernauts, and we get an ability where Lord Invocatus can actually be attached to those juggernauts. But we'll see, right? Hopefully we get the best that we can get. Blessings. Hopefully they continue to stay the same or get a little bit stronger. We could only hope. I think what we have now is really good. We just need a couple more data sheets. We just need a little bit more help to really do what we do efficiently on the tabletop, just a smidge better to perform at a higher level and really get into that metadata and start performing overall a lot better. Thank you very much to everyone who participated all the way to the end. And as always, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Smash that like button as always. And don't forget, Onslaught Gaming 40K, where victory is just a strategy away. And most importantly, burn, man, kill, blood for the blood god. Ah!